Good morning, everybody. Um, so, update from the track last night. We did make it out there. We made 4 passes. 2 were good, 2 were no good. Or actually, excuse me, we made 3 passes, and 2 were okay. 1 was bad, but nonetheless, we did, and we do have an issue with the car that prevented me from making the last pass. If you can see down here, when I got up to make my last pass in the staging lanes, I pulled up, I shut the car off because there was a line, and then it started to roll back a little bit because it was on an incline. So once I stopped the car and I saw that they weren't running our lanes yet, so everybody shut down, got out of the car, and I noticed a small little puddle in the front of the car. So I popped the hood and noticed something was leaking. I thought maybe the oil filter was a little loose, and of course it was too hot for me to try to tighten. I didn't have anything in the car in the staging lane, so pulled the car out of the staging lane, went back to the pits, and the filter was tight, but it was leaking. Then when I got home, I realized and found out after leaving the cardboard down, and you can see here, I think we're leaking out of this head bolt hole. This head gasket is water's dripping, so that's no good. And then it looks like the front seal, I got a tiny little on this cardboard. I got to investigate. There is a tiny little bit of oil dripping out of the front there, so we got a little bit of work to do on that front. But again, made another new personal best. I'll show the time slip right here. We ran an 11.15 at 127.29. 8th mile was 7:23. 60 foot was still off at a 1.67, but we do have that damaged shock. I can't adjust the settings until I get that correct part. We made another pass after that and ran 11:35 at 125. But I short shifted from first to second, and I'll put up a video of that run. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of this run of the 11:15. I don't have any in-car footage. For whatever reason, the GoPro turned off. So I gotta come up with some kind of better way when I'm out. It's just hard to do it's hard to film everything when you're there by yourself. So anyway, that is the update. So I'm not sure. I got testing. There's Test and Tune will be back in 2 weeks. It's actually a grudge fest. So talking to all the guys at the track last night that were bracket racing, and they bracket race a lot, they say that those grudge fests, they prep the track pretty good for those. So that will be, I want to be ready for that in 2 weeks. So I'm going to place an order at Summit for some new head gaskets, and I actually have a front seal. So I'll pull the balancer out and try to do that in the car. I still got to rewire these fans. Only one fan is working. This controller is shot. I've decided I'm just gonna. I have the override switch in there, which I'm just gonna wire the fans up on a switch. So have them both turn on a switch. I'm not going to worry about wiring it to the ECU or buying another controller. Those things never last very long. At least, I don't know, they lasted a couple years, but now only one fan's working. So that's the update there. Got a couple little things to address. I'll order some head gaskets. I may go ahead and just try to retorque these heads this side right here and see if that does the trick. But I'll go ahead and order the gaskets so I have them. And got a few other things coming from Summit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to convert this nitrous kit to a wet system, so we can just run it off the wide open throttle switch and not have it wired into the ECM as a dry system, because I fooled with that thing for a year. It worked one time and has never worked again running off the ECM. So I'm just going to go with a wet system. They have a conversion kit. It's like $100, $150 or something. You get the fuel solenoid, and again, we'll we'll tap into the fuel right here at where the regulator is. I'll get a T off of that, and then run the fuel solenoid right back here, and then we'll have a dual nozzle. And then also one other thing, this is going to have to go. As you can see, we collapsed this last night, so I'm taking this off. We're just going to have to put the air filter back on, so or get a sturdier hose. But as you can see, we busted this and it collapsed up, so that may have hurt the 1130 pass. It kind of collapsed on the first pass. I felt it bog on the first pass, and then when I let off, it released and looked, or either split that and then was able to get some air in that way. But so anyway, this little thing has got to go. It's not strong enough. Even pulled real tight, it still collapsed in on itself. So that's a few things we have to address, and then we'll be back at the track in 2 weeks. But we're getting real close to our my goal was to run 10s, so we're at 11.15, and again, a lot of that, this car has 60 footed a 151, so if we had get our 60 foot down, we would have been there. So we would have been in the 1090s. But anyway, that's the update. New personal best, 11:15 at 127.29. And again, so now it's just suspension tuning, and then get the car ready. We'll get the car ready for some spray, and then we'll hopefully get deep in the 10s. But that's it. So I got a few things to work on this weekend. I'll jump on Summit and get some head gaskets ordered, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks guys. Have a good day. All right guys, here's that 11:35 pass, and here's a clearer shot of the 11:15 time slip. I want to show that real quick. There you go. Anyway, here's that 11:35 pass. We'll have the car ready, and we'll be at the track in 2 weeks. We'll try a 4500 launch. Shifted because the tire was spinning and the shift light came on, so then it kind of bogged in the